We do have so many avenues of distribution. Unfortunately, in Uganda, broadcasters, I'm sorry to say, do not buy content. We do have very few broadcasters that are interested in buying content, rewarding creators for their content. So it's not yet a viable platform for distribution. But we also have the DVD platform where we sell our films on hard copy DVDs, where a publisher who is willing to publish a particular title will come to Wakaliwood, ask for the rights to publish this particular title, and we shall earn as much as he sells. So this is the model that we put in place. The more the publisher sells, the more the producer will earn. Now, the other option is the VOD, the video on demand, the digital distribution platforms, which we are now using, and that's how the YoTV Channels app comes into play. Pay-per-view. If somebody watches Muzeibanka's film or a film for Wakaliwood, there is a certain percentage that goes to a producer. The other distribution model would be the cinemas, exhibiting our ones. People do watch films in our local cinemas, the Vibanda, but we have very few cinemas in the whole country. Standard cinemas, where you do find standard screens. And they are highly competitive with foreign content. They have no space for local content. So the cinema distribution platform has also not been so much of benefit to us. The other way of going about it would be the local cinemas, the Vibanda. Now, we do have so many Vibandas that could bring some good revenues to the producers. But now, we don't have the mechanics of controlling piracy. If the movie has to be distributed to 1,000 local cinemas to be screened at the same time. We had the tripartite agreement between Wakaliwood, MTN, Uganda, and then the YoTV Channels app. We came up with a product, Chibanda Express, because we wanted a product that can relate with a common man here in Uganda, where we do have the VJs translating the films to the local languages. You may find a VJ translating an English film to Luganda, which is an indigenous language, or to Luo, that is an indigenous language, to the local people. Meaning, we are actually bringing your local cinema onto your mobile phone. So within your handset, you are able to access all Ugandan films. And now, the VJs are playing a very big role. You know, they have their own style of really doing this. It's another art piece that has been appreciated by the Ugandan communities.
Urugendo lwaffe mu firimu terubadde nnyo lubi, sijja kulwogerako nnyo nti lubi. Maze emyaka 16 nga pabulishinga Bannayuganda. Bwe nfulumya firimu nze ekisinga okunkosa osanga obuzibu obw'okuba nti buli ajja ewuwo okusuubula atwala kopi emu naye ne yeeyita musuubuzi, naye n'agenda ku layibulale ye n'atandika naye okusalamu. Eno nga ffe tetukikkiriza firimu kugigabira ku DVD.
Wabula okufuna publishers abalala lwansonga nti nabo bennyini ng'abantu abali mu bakola ki si bakweyagaza nnyo nti babafuna lwansonga nti video libraries zaffe zisingamu firimu z'abazungu.
These video libraries mostly depend on pirated content other than the legitimate content. That's why, as content creators, we've not been able to earn through the video library system.
VJs basinze okwonoona ntumiza Bannayuganda lwansonga nti agenda ku net n'ateekayo ssente n'adownloadinga firimu ate n'agyogerera. Bw'agyogerera kopi emu n'osimala ng'Ebunyayuganda yonna. Kitegeeza nti olunaku asobola okudownloadinga movies eziwera 10 singa aba akyagadde. naye ng'ate nze okuzannya firimu emu kitwala emyezi nga 6 sosobola okompitinga naye ye afulumya nnyo ate nze sikola ki sifulumya nnyo.
Tulinamu abantu abamu ababadde batambula naffe ng'asobola okugulako naye n'agezaako naye okusapulayinga oba okuguza layibulale ezimuyo nabo era kyekizibu kyekimu kye basanga. Tooli ajjamu kopi wesanga nga tasobola kutundira ku bbeeyi gwe gy'otundirako kati neneesanga ng'ekyo kinkosa ate nekikosa ne producer. Ati producer weesanga nga bw'aba akola firimu ayinza okusooka okutagetinga MK firimu agigula ssente mmeka, kati ekyo kimulemesa okuteekamu ssente nga bwe yanditaddemu n'atandika okutunuulira MK.
Naye ekireeta kyonna kyonna copyright mu Uganda tekikola kiteeka mu nkola so nga teteeka bali sayininga 26 bagamba nti muntu yenna yenna anakosa omulimu gwa munne nga tafunye bulukusa kuva wa nannyini asasula miliyoni 4 oba okusiba mu myaka 2. Etteeka singa tuliteeka mu nkola wali badde olaba nga omuntu agenda kuteeka ekitiibwa mu mulimu gwa munne. So kati gavumenti yaffe efokasinga nnyo ku balayibulale enda fokasinga kufa ate abayiiya.
So this alone kills Uganda's film industry because no customer will buy a product that is highly expensive when there is a product that is almost free. That is the problem with our distribution mechanisms. Though there are so many distribution avenues, the issues associated with these distribution platforms are so grave that they do not allow us as filmmakers to enjoy the benefits of these platforms. As a sector, we need to have the broadcasters on board to come and start buying off Ugandan content and showing Ugandan content. We also need to start considering marketing. You know, marketing a film is something that really costs us a lot, and given the dynamics, we need so many resources to really market these films. Cinemas would be a great platform to market the films. For example, if we had cinemas all the other districts in Uganda, by the time a movie goes to the market, it has already made a country tour to these various cinemas. Then it is easier for everybody around the country to know about a particular film when it's coming up.
Era tusaba nnyo gavumenti okuba nti etuwa amaanyi tusobola okuba nti tuteeka amaanyi mu Bannayuganda tubitunde tufunemu ssente nabo bennyini abazikola basobole okuba n'essanyu.
Even in terms of ideology, film contributes so much. Film is the only sustainable custodian of culture. Day to day, our culture is being eroded away. Film is the only platform, is the only mobilization tool that will enable us to revisit the culture of Uganda. Unless the sector has been empowered, so much is likely to be lost out with the wave.
Yeah, Patricia, what clicked in your mind when you had the hashtag Uptown meets Downtown?
For me, first of all, when I think about film in Uganda, I never think about uptown versus downtown. For me, it's a difference in styles. Yeah, so it's all just different types of making film in UG. So I never think about uptown versus downtown. So when I had the hashtag downtown meets uptown, and then the backdrop was that we're talking about distribution. For me, immediately downtown, I thought Gazaland and all the different guys that sell these videos. I never thought in terms of, oh, it's a different species of style. So for me, that's what came straight to my head. So in terms, I thought about, oh, we're talking about the Gazaland type of distribution, mass distribution, and then also now versus uptown. For me, I thought in terms of like the sales agents and the distributors. So that's what clicked in my head immediately until later that, yeah, I heard about the Great Divide. So yeah.
Okay. And Gerald, what do you think about it?
it is something that came up. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, uptown and downtown, you say life always has a back and a front side of it. Now, uptown, when it came up, it's not something that I didn't know about. It's something that I knew. I know where it came up from, and I was there when I saw its origin. You know, in Uganda, as you know, we have what's called the Uganda National Culture Center, which has the National Culture Theatre, which we call the National Theatre. So you find that most of our culture centers, our family, everyone was located in that place. So most people were doing English stuff because they were targeting international market, because we didn't have a market here. But again, we have our local other brothers who foresaw something that there's a market here and they wanted to target the local audience. So that brought up a division between people that said they're uptown because, you know, in Kampala, we have what is called the uptown because there is good roads that up and so many other things. There's no noise, it's well organized. So you find that downtown this way is where most market is. There's a lot of noise, there's a lot of everything sort of jam. So they call it downtown.
Okay, thank you. Wakaliwood, what do you think about it? What clicked in your mind?
Yeah, it just reminded me the first day I heard about it. That was the day when the late Ben Jose from America came to make the first first documentary about Wakaliwood. He went to National Theatre there. He made an interview there. He found some guys, I remember them, but I don't want to mention them here. He came back with an interview, and one of them said, you know, down there, and down there, and then we say, oh, we are called down there. I didn't know that at that moment. I thought we are, you know, building the film industry. But when he mentioned that the two guys mentioned down there, and then I realized, oh, they call us downtown, you know, filmmakers. And for him, in fact, he did not put that clip into that documentary because he said that it is a division or something. And for him, he never saw anything. I mean, no need of, you know, dividing us. So he did not. In fact, he did not even leave me with that video. I would have even kept it. But for me, I don't see any difference between us and them. The truth is, if they were targeting international, I think they have not even achieved it. And so maybe I have even achieved somehow internationally. And I'm not in down and in uptown. So I believe that we are one person. We just need to come together. And what came in my mind again is also when one of them mentioned about it that, you know, when he tried to market downtown, distributors told him straight that you have to include downtown actors. So I believe that uptown does not exist. It does not exist in my mind. It does not exist. But the downtown exists, and the core, you know, should I call it? They are the one who are building the market, if it is marketing.
Okay. Okay, if we can go ahead, Mr. Wakaliwood, what do you think? How is distribution done in Uganda?
Yeah, distribution. Yes.
How is distribution done in Uganda?
Distribution is done. In fact, I started door-to-door, man-to-man DVD distribution. I started it myself with my team here. So it is still existing. We are still distributing new DVDs apart from this period of Corona, but people are still, you know, houses are still going, you know, villages to villages, you know, distributing. Because why we did that is because we wanted to sensitize the Ugandans to love us, because we came here, we found Nigerian movies, we found Hollywood movies and other, like Indian, had already taken the market. So Ugandans did not even believe that we exist. That's why we did that. Let me give you this, what I remember about one day we went to a ceremony at Serena. Minister of Trade and Industry, Mary Chambade was the guest. I had gone with my friend Alan, an American. So they chatted with the minister, and then the minister asked Alan, "Why are you here?" He said, "I'm here because of film industry." The minister asked, "Do we have a film industry in Uganda?" I remember that day. But that is one way of distribution. It is DVD. Another way is what we have now introduced is the Chibanda. Chibanda Express is a new where you watch a movie on your phone. There are so many other apps which are coming up. I think that is the way to go in because of many problems we have found in the DVD distribution of pilots and what government intervention. The government is not coming in. We shall not wait for it. We need at least to have our works protected and also seen or watched. So that's why we came in with this. We have also the cinema. Cinema is also still, we have the Vivanda, where our local movies are also watched. In fact, that's when the question of VJ came in. I am the first also to put a Luganda VJ on a Luganda movie. It was Who Killed Captain Alex. I did that because I knew there were so many youth, especially the borders and who don't have TVs at home, and they watch movies in Vivanda. But when we put our movie in Vivanda there, people were like, "No, we don't want those movies without VJ." And then I had to think of doing it. Then I thought of a VJ. And then a question came in again, why do you put a movie, a VJ on a movie? I had already gotten a solution of that. So I had to put 2 layers of audio on a DVD, whereby if you need untranslated, you watch it. But the target was Vivanda people who were in love of, VJ. So also Vivanda is still, now we also think of, these cinemas. Cinemas, the uptown, should I call them the uptown cinemas or the real cinemas? Maybe that's sometimes they call them. That we also we have also tried to penetrate there, but because we make movies in Uganda, they are not welcome there. We are trying, we are fighting to see that it goes there. Another way of distribution is also TVs. TVs are, we have local content on TVs now. In fact, I thank, Pearl Magic came in and, sparked it. I started, at least to pay some money. But I remember I tried to approach many TVs. They don't want to pay. They look like, it seems that they are helping us and they have, these, Buzanyo, those TV series from Philippines and Korea. They are cheap, I think. So they don't even consider us, but it's also another way. But now, according to what I'm seeing, people are, getting money from there. And I was paid on Pearl Magic, so I know what I'm talking about. It is also another market we have in Uganda, which we need to embrace. Though they pay little money, but at least they are starting, to pay. I've forgotten one. So internet is also becoming, another market whereby people are, selling their, uploading their content on YouTube. I don't encourage that, but they are putting their their movies on YouTube. Others are, gaining from there. They are getting something from YouTube. For me, I normally put their trailers, though I have some whole, films there, but there's a reason why I put them there, but that I could not encourage that because I think we don't get enough money from YouTube. Yeah, there are so many. Those are the market. I think the market strategies we had. At least we still have in Uganda.
Okay, thank you. Patricia, could you kindly please talk about the difference between the cinema and Chibanda halls?
Sure. First of all, I agree with Mzee Wakaliwood when he says they've been very successful. I think, yes, the films that have been categorized as downtown, I hate using that term, but yeah, those films that have been have literally they've taken the Ugandan market, whether it's because of the language that they're using, whether it's because of the strategy that they're using, the door-to-doors and all these things, and also the Vivanda that they have put in place. I think they've been they've been more successful than the films that have been categorized as the uptown. In terms of the difference between the Vivanda and the cinema, I think the Vivanda actually have a bigger audience. Again, maybe it's because of the types of films that are being shown there. And after films have been translated into the local language or by you call them VJs? The video vocals. they respond to these films a lot better and flock these different vivandas in big numbers, let alone buy these DVDs as they come to them, as compared to the number of people that go to the cinemas. I don't know if it's because the cinemas are actually more expensive than the local man can actually afford. The cinema in Uganda is almost like a luxury, honestly. That is why you have cases where somebody's taking somebody on a date to the cinema, because it's like a big deal. And for me, that also now talks, when we talk in terms of the distribution and the difference between the Chivanda and the cinema, by far the Vivanda are taking everything by storm, but then that leaves the films that are categorized as uptown out, because then they are not desirable in this Vivanda. Whether, again, probably it's because of the language barriers, maybe they need to be translated for them to actually be accepted, but then we have that divide. And I guess it's up to us as the film industry in Uganda. Personally, I translate all my films into Acholi, and then I have English subtitles, because that's my style. Whether or not that film is going to be accepted in different places, that's another story. But yeah, I think as a film industry, personally, I want to get to a point whereby I appeal to both sides. I don't just want to appeal to the international audience. I'm a Ugandan. I would like my name to be spoken in Uganda, and somebody knows my name. Everybody knows Mzee Wakaliwood. Like, even I'm in the US right now, and when talk about a Ugandan film, they're like, "Oh my God, you know that the gentleman who did who killed Captain Alex?" And I'm like, I actually say yes. I'm sorry, Mzee. I know I've never met you, but I do associate myself with you. Because then he has done his homework in terms of distribution, and it started on the ground. He didn't start and all those different little things. People see them, people hear them. So that Uganda might seem, by Ugandan terms, local, but at the same time, it's a big deal. It's what will actually get our names out there. If the local people don't get to know you, the chances that you're going to make it as big as you think you will are very slim. That's my take on it.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I think now it's clear. And Gerald, what is the story? Could you give us a brief story about the video jokers and the film distribution in Uganda?
I also remember when I did my first film, I had to translate it by VJ. VJ translated it, and I remember the translated copies sold more. So you find that the biggest audience that we have here are the people that speak the local language, that need, most of the times they are uneducated out of the different language, that they don't know English, and most of the forms are in English. Actually, the VJs also participated in the division of the industry that we have uptown and the downtown, as the way they call it. You find that the VJs started translating the films. And when they translated the films, this contributed a lot to people viewing translated movies than the non-translated.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Mzee Wakaliwood, what are the main challenges affecting film distribution in Uganda?
Yeah, there are so many challenges. Distribution, first of all, is piracy. Piracy is a major one. I remember when I released Once a Soldier, in 7 hours, someone called me. After 7 hours of releasing it, someone called me from Mbale and told me that he has watched the movie. I know the distance between Kampala and Mbale, but someone told me that I have watched the movie. He's a friend of mine. I told him, no, you have not watched it. It cannot be. He told me the whole story. I agreed. And he told me that it is now selling on streets of Mbale at 1,000 shillings per copy. And I was, preparing to go up country, to sell at 2,000 shillings per copy. So I crossed everything. So piracy has been is a major problem. And we have been, trying to report it to the police. What is funny is that if you go to the police, I've gone there several times, now I cannot. When you go there, you take the guy who has piloted your works, The police guy, jokingly tells you that I thought you made this movie to, to make a name, and he's, has made many copies out of this. He's trying to help you. So they don't know. I tried, in fact, to tell them that we have a law in place, and I tried even to explain the law, the corporate law. Policemen don't understand. I mean, they're illiterate about the law. So the enforcement has been, no enforcement at all. That is a major problem of, distribution. Another, another challenge of distribution is also a lot of, should I call it? We read a lot from, the Hollywood, which is not bad, and we want to apply what we read from Hollywood to Uganda. We don't, strategize. We don't have a strategy from down. And that's what we were trying to do with Wakaliwood, going down, places to places. First of all, we needed to bring, Ugandans to know that we have content. Because if you take it, they first see it, they just look at you, and they don't even understand, because the way we don't have money to advertise. Remember, that's also a challenge. We don't have money to advertise, so you have to show them that this is the movie, and then they ask you, are you in this movie? So, in fact, that also made us even to have the poor way of branding. I remember when people were asking that question, I started putting sellers on the cover at the back, so that when they go in the field, people can relate with them. Yeah, I'm here. But when they watch the movie, they don't even bother, if the seller was in, but they ask that question. So that was also a major challenge there. And we also had another challenge when we were in the villages there. We had a challenge of, region. I remember when we were in Iganga, people could, buy your DVD, they take it, they give you back the cover. And then you ask why are you giving back the cover? They tell you that we don't take, I'm a Muslim, I don't take pictures in my house. So there are so many challenges we found on ground there, but you will never know those challenges unless you go there. So the problem is filmmakers, they think that we have already the market in place, so they are just waiting for someone to, to take them to the audience. No one is there. We are just building the film industry. That's why I have the children here. The children here, because I am building, for me, from day one, I was building a film industry. I'm not building celebrities, because we are not yet there. We cannot have film celebrities. We can have film stars, but we cannot have film celebrities at this moment. We need film stars, yes, but we need the market. This market is what is going to call us film stars, and then later on, when we get the money from them, we will be celebrities. We cannot sit. We are just sitting down. Filmmakers are just seated there, are waiting for someone to come. No, let us go down. That is a very big challenge of filmmakers in Uganda. They compare always with Hollywood. I've seen so many people, when I go outside, they always say, is Wakaliwood the right to represent Uganda? No, I'm not representing Uganda. I'm representing filmmakers, the real one, because I'm going to speak with the audience there. And when they buy my movie, they will want to buy another movie. Movies don't compete. After watching one movie, you need to watch another one. So, and I cannot make 1,000 of copies. You understand my point? So, when I go outside, as people, I've seen that on social medias, people are always complaining about my, travels. Right now, the team is in Frankfurt. They have gone to, also to represent Uganda. Even in this time of COVID, we are trying to sell the film industry of Uganda. I cannot be alone. You understand? So we should start to understand that if someone has got an achievement, that achievement is going also to link to you by all means. I cannot. I started the DVD, selling all over the country. Are they buying my DVDs alone? They're buying even others' DVDs. You understand the point? So people should get involved in the marketing at this moment. If they want, to someone to buy their movies, maybe they wait for maybe 10 years. We will have done it. Let me also talk about this challenge of premieres. It also hindered our progress when the premieres came. whereby people, in fact, I call it Nigina. I think you know Nigina. It is like circles, these government circles where they put money. You remember why Niginas never went on, the first Niginas. If you buy, let's say, they used to give saucepans to each other. And then if you are 12, you buy 12 saucepans, you distribute, and then at the end, they bring back the saucepans. So it's like that. So the premiers we have here in Uganda have hindered these guys, I mean, my teammates, who I had told to sell DVD all over the country. Now they are targeting, premiers, whereby they call us filmmakers to sit in at maybe National Theatre or any place, and then they milk us. Well, they milk us. After the premiere, you see all filmmakers, in attending. So it is just a house of critiques. Because if you watch someone's movie, you always think of another script out of it, something like that. But for me, I believe that, I remember also, let me talk about this because it's also important. I remember when I screened my movie at Chibanda here. It was also Once a Soldier. I screened it here. It is a good story to tell. Let me tell it to you because you need it. I just decided that tomorrow let us screen this movie here. We went, we screened it. But before screening it, I had not got it out of the computer. So time came, the announced time came, when we had we did not have it on DVD. People were, started wanting to ban the Chibanda. So the owner of the Chibanda came to me rushing and asked me, "Is the DVD ready?" I told him no. He said, the people are going to ban my Chibanda. I told him, "You don't know what you have just told me." I'm so happy with that. And the guy was like, "Are you stupid? They're going to ban my Chibanda." I told him that you don't understand. I tried to sell one DVD once and no one was buying. If they are banning Chibanda because of a movie, let them ban it. And then the VJM came rushing and said, they're banning, my mixer is still there. They're going to ban the Chibanda. The guy told him that this guy doesn't understand us. I told them that yes. And unfortunately, we got the DVD and then we took it. People watched the movie. After watching the movie, there were so many people, like 400 people. It's over. I could not even get a chance of entering. So we took pictures. Next day, I put them on social media. People started, coming. Those so-called uptown, they started coming in saying that you were misrepresenting the film industry. Why do you screen out your movies in such places? Ramshackled what? And then I told them, you are mistaken. You don't know. You are not Ugandans. They told me to take my movies at National Theatre. I told them that National Theatre was built in 50s when they were preparing for independence. And the population of Uganda was around 6 million. Kampala had around 500,000 people. So now Lubaga alone is Kampala of those days, if I'm not mistaken. Kampala is Uganda 2 times or 3 times of those days. So Lubaga alone needs a cinema hall. They need their own cinema hall. But how is someone going to invest into a cinema hall unless I show them that we have people? We have people. We have 400 people who are willing to watch a movie here in Lubaga to maybe to organize the local cinema halls we have into a better one. So I think we are building the film industry, but the challenges are many anyway. I've talked about little. I've forgotten the TV where they don't even want to buy our movies. But let me give others a chance.
Yeah. I would like to welcome Davidson. Hello, Davidson.
Hi everyone. How are you?
Sorry, we are good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm having network issues. I don't know why.
Okay.
Suddenly it didn't work out, but thank you for welcoming me.
Okay. By the time you joined, we were talking about the challenges affecting the film distribution in Uganda. And Wakaliwood has mentioned some, I think you've heard. And yeah. I think you can start from there to give us more challenges affecting the film distribution in Uganda.
It's actually, I don't know, probably it's all about the language used. I'm an optimist, and sometimes when you look at other industries that have succeeded in selling their art, you always notice there's a trend whereby the community saw the need of the art and then they started buying it. But before that, the artists had to exhibit as much as they could. So right now, as an industry, it has taken us quite a while, but we are in a phase whereby artists are exhibiting their work. And good thing is, with the current trend of not only the small one-day premiere screenings in big cinemas, but when you see also the trajectory with media now taking on the interest, like broadcasters buying an idea of making content for Ugandans, and Ugandans are really buying into watching this. That is a step in the right direction, because then with more Ugandans watching Ugandan content, the more we will be able to make an industry that exists. Prior to that, the challenges we faced are challenges that came about because, in a way, yes, the industry exists. The cinema industry, like the cinema halls, are all over the place. They're in tens of thousands all over the country. But the chain setup whereby we need all these cinemas or a few of these cinemas to work with each other and promote or distribute a film, at the moment it's still lacking. The opportunities that have been put in place, I know for sure. I myself also worked. I've experienced that downtown, not downtown. I've experienced the cinema, local cinema idea of promoting work, our own work. Unfortunately, at the time when we went into that endeavor, the filmmakers we're working with didn't see. They had the same opinion, actually, Wakaliwood, the gentleman was talking about, whereby they had the same thing of, how dare you show our work in such places? I don't know why it's so negative for filmmakers to think it's all about where your movie is watched. It's about your movie being watched. It's not where it's being watched. So when Ugandans, when we are trying so hard to put movies out there, and someone's first priority, first biggest issue of all is, how can people watch my movie in such a place? Then you are mistaken, because all the movies you're watching from all the pirated people you buy those movies from, these people made these in IMAX and all these. They expected them to be watched in Dolby Sound, but you watch them on your laptop or even on your phone. So if you're watching amazing cinema, different people's work on phone, how dare you, when you have an opportunity to show Ugandans, to show people your art, the first priority, the biggest concern is how the infrastructure of the place looks like. That is, it's one of them. And for me, it's more of it's the two industries actually depend on each other. The two sides of the industry, the downtown and uptown, they have amazing traits with each, all of them put together. Just that now, in such a scenario, like, we have to start the dialogue of working with each other. We have to ignore this idea that, oh, I can't work with those people because they don't write scripts, or, oh, I can't work with those people because they don't need an assistant director. The director is the lead actor and the producer and the camera operator. It's once we put all those classes and aside, we will really be able to make good art. So for me, it's more about the challenges are there, but those are challenges that, in a way, we should take responsibility of. If we make it a challenge and expect someone else to come and fix it, no one will. It's us now to say, okay, fine, these challenges, how can I be a solution now? Have we asked ourselves that, like, how in the industry as we know it, with the little revenue and all that going on, how can I be a solution in this industry? The moment we have that idea, then the challenges will disappear, because now we'll be talking to people with solutions. Yeah, that's to sum it all up. I hope I was not too wordy.
Okay, thank you. And I think time is also not on our side. I think I really want briefly Gerald to tell us how can we learn from each other, like the uptown and the downtown. We all know that distribution downtown is really working out very well compared to uptown. And when we look at the way the downtown are really selling out their films and how they are working, and with the stories they tell, and then you come to uptown, the distribution is really still a problem. So so Gerald, how can we learn from each other? How can we learn from each other, and then we see that we push the industry ahead?
Thank you very much. On my side, I will speak much on the leadership administration office, because I've been in the administration of the industry since 2008. This industry working together, always people working together contributes a lot. But I kindly like a little bit disagree with you that distribution downtown is okay or is doing well. It's not doing well. The system is there. We have a very good system that could work, but the government itself has a weakness that things are not working well, because we cannot put this industry to a positive result without the hand of the government. The biggest thing is that we don't have a law that establishes the film industry in Uganda. We are not included in the budget framework of this country. So you find that we are a portion. We don't have any desk in the ministry where we think we belong. Each ministry, we are in the middle, that every ministry fights for us. You find ICT, you find Ministry of Gender, you find corporate is in the USB, you find also one side. So you find that we are in the middle of confused arms of government, and you don't know where to run. You find that you have to go to media council, then you need police, then you need ABCD. So there is a division and confusion within the industry. So you find that we as stakeholders, it's very hard to work together when the government itself is not working together. It is very impossible that we can work together, because we don't have a stable home. If we have a stable home, like we have a unified center of excellence where we all belong, then it's very easy for me to walk there and find Nabwana there, to find so-and-so there. Like I've been with Nabwana for ever since I came in this industry. I found Nabwana. We established the Uganda Film Producers Association. Is one of the guys that contributed and invested money into it, and it has done a lot of amazing things. We appreciate since 2013 when we started the Uganda Film Festival. We brought UCC in play, and that's the power of working together, because if we're not working together, we would not have these associations to come and push government to say that today we have a few of the things that we have right now. So you find that the biggest challenge that we have right now is the government itself. For us here, we are business people that take money from banks, from our own businesses, and invest into film. But the government itself, it is not recognizing us. They just understand that we are there, but they are not investing into us. Because even today, when you look at the Uganda Film Festival, that is helping a lot, because it's what unified match when we come to downtown and uptown, because those guys were doing English stuff and these guys were doing the local language stuff. So when the Uganda Film Festival came in place, they had to unify it, because everyone wanted to submit films there. So you find that there was a unification and a battle to say that we all do films and submit them to the Uganda Film Festival. But my point was one, that even UCC right now, who is investing a lot in the Uganda Film Festival, is not getting money from parliament, is not getting money from government, is getting money from sponsors. So you find that the challenge is still there, that we are not recognized by the government. Because if the government was investing and billions of money in the sector, then they would implement the corporate law. But right now they are not implementing the corporate law, because for them they are losing nothing. So you find that today, most of the people that are promoting piracy, gaining from the piracy, you'll find that they are still government people, the people in police, maybe the ministers, because it's a very, very big business when it comes to DVD and CDs. So there is a very big challenge, But as I conclude, working together in the Uganda film industry, we managed to form the Uganda Film Council. The Uganda Film Council is where all the associations come and we formed one. So that's the power of unity. Today that the association in Mbarara, the associations elsewhere, we all belong to a Uganda Film Council. We wanted to form a very big voice that can speak to the government. And we have seen that today, the Uganda Film Council also pushed the Uganda National Culture Forum existence so that the government, and as I speak right now, the government has given it money. It has not yet been addressed out, but the money has come from the government, not to the film sector direct, but through the Uganda National Culture Forum. So the power of working together, yes, we are working together, but the government needs to stand and work together and work like we can belong to one ministry. We need a ministry, we need a film act.
Okay, I would like to thank everyone for being part of this panel, but before we close, I will kindly request for everyone to give a closing remark, a brief closing remark before we finish. Gerald, can you give us your closing remark?
Okay. My closing remark is I appreciate with Matt for the Ngalabi Film Festival. It's a very good initiative for promoting. It's a awareness campaign. I believe it will do much more, and it has come to stay. Thank you for bringing Muse IGG. I've taken long, but I hear the good things he's doing, and thank you for yourself. Thank you very much. I appreciate, and I wish all the best. Please mask yourself and keep
okay, Gerald. Patricia, please, 1 minute.
Yeah, sure. I'd just like to say, and to add on to what everybody's been saying, is we'll never grow as an industry if we actually do have a divide. So instead of fighting each other and competing against each other, we just need to support each other. And for me, that's my closing remark, because there's a lot we can learn from the different sides of the coin, and at the end of the day, make it one as compared to the uptown, downtown stuff. I don't like that. So.
Okay, Wakaliwood, 1 minute closing remark.
Yeah, thank you also for inviting me here. Yeah, the truth is, I think it is time. I mean, time will tell. We cannot work together at the moment, but I know time will bring us together. I remember Zenken said it, that he wanted to make a movie, and then they told him that go down there and get some actors from there, include them. So I think that is going to happen. If you are a businessman, if we take it business, it will work. People will, money will put us in one basket.
Okay, Davidson, are you there? Davidson.
Yes, yes, I'm here.
1 minute closing remark.
Thank you so much for inviting me and taking part in this panel, no matter how brief it was. But for me, my closing remark is, for any industry to grow, it has to have revenue. We have to we have to generate income, not only for the people in the industry, but for the doctors, the lawyers. Everyone benefits from us. The problem at the moment, our industry, all the revenue that comes in we haven't yet gotten that system whereby people see us making money, because the only way Hollywood became Hollywood was because people started making money. That's when banks became interested. So for us to get investors interested in us, we have to first start filling up cinemas. We have to start making content that is swaying the industry in Africa, so that people can notice Ugandan film industry exists. Until that, no matter how much, and unfortunately, to build on, for me, I feel like the music industry did not make the money they made in music because the government was involved. They made it because they had people go into their bivouacs and attend. That's how Bobby Wines and all those people made their money. We need also a system whereby people can come and watch our art. That's the only way we'll be able to generate income, and the divide of downtown, uptown will not exist, because the language of money unifies a lot. So I think the only remark I have is, let's become business first. Let's passion is important, but let's now start talking a language whereby the products we make have a return on that investment. It's not only for festivals, it's not only for winning an award, it's for people to buy that copy of your work. When we get that, then we won't have the device.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Davidson, for that closing remark. I'll also want to make one. First of all, would like to thank Ngalabi Film Festival for really putting up this dialogue. It has really been nice, only that the time, it has been really very short as on regarding to the topic of distribution, and we therefore request, if need be, to organize for us another one. Thank you very much, the organizers, the people behind it. We are very happy that you considered the film distribution as one of the topics to be talked about, because it is a challenge apparently in the Ugandan film Ugandan film industry. Therefore, Sina, thank you very much, and your team, Barbara and everyone, thank you very much.